Yo, 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 it's your boy Barnamiji. We are back today talking about Escape from Tarkov Arena. The wipe just happened for, I guess, version 1.5. This is the first wipe ever in Arena, so it's really the second version of Arena, just released on February 28th, 2024. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So they have, we're mostly going to be focusing here on the presets. I just wanted to go over my thoughts. I played a lot of Arena in the first wipe. And it was entertaining. Obviously, it's not a finished product. There's a lot left to do. I had a good time with it. Feel how you want to feel about it. It's, no skin off my back. I was just working on my PvP specifically, but I ended up playing a lot of it as a result, and figured out some things about what they had with the presets. Tried out a bunch of them, especially when they unlocked at the end of the last wipe. They unlocked all the presets, and so I really played around. If you want to see the old presets, there's tons of videos on the channel. There's the streams here on the channel. Feel free to go look around. But today we're going to be talking about the updated presets, what they've changed, my recommendations. I'll talk about different play styles. Everybody has their own way that they want to go, and that's totally fine. Do what you want to do. But we'll just talk about some knowledge that hopefully help you out. If you guys don't mind dropping a like, leaving a comment on the video, it definitely helps me out a ton. Subscribe for more content like this. We play Arena, we play Tarkov all the time. That's really the focus of this channel. So I really appreciate everybody for doing that. And anyway, that's all I'll say on that matter. So anyway, we're going to just start with an overview. So now I am on an ultra wide screen. That's why there's a little cutoff over here. I play on ultra wide. It works out just fine for the rest of the game, but sometimes in the menus it will cut off a little bit, so I apologize for that. But this is the assault we're looking at here. This is tier 1, this is tier 2, and this is tier 3. The tier system is completely new. So now there are certain kits in certain tiers. So tier 1 is where you start, and these two kits, Guard and Mutineer, are free kits. Bark Eater is a paid kit. You start out with about 1.2 million in this game. It seems like the money moves around a little bit slower than it did last wipe, which would be intriguing. But you start out with tier 1. Tier 1 means you will only matchmake with tier 1 kits. And ideally, all these kits are supposed to be pretty much on the exact same playing field. You can see the gear scores are really similar for these kits. And then you progress down to tier 2. Then you're up in the 300, nearly 400 gear score. They're all supposed to be on the same playing field. Rock and Roll is not technically supposed to be better than Paratrooper. They're all in the same tier. But the trees do lead down now to tier 3. This is where you get about 600. They've gotten rid of all of the 600 gear score kits. They no longer exist. But this tier would also only play by itself. So each tier is separate. That means 3 different queues for each one. We'll see how that ends up working out in terms of player count. Separating it into 3 different queues like that, if that's going to be a problem for them. So, last thing to note, you do have to work down the tree. So let's say, for example, here in Assault, that you want to go for Brigadier behind me right here. If you want to go for that Brigadier kit, you do have to follow this specific tree, this pathway, all the way down to get there. But what's different than last time is you do not have to play Guard to get to Argument here. What you can do is you can see there's an unlock button, and I can switch and pick what I want to work on. So, to my knowledge right now, you can use whatever kit, and then you can click unlock, and then all your XP will feed into that class, into that preset, as long as you're working within the class. So, as long as you're in Assault, running any preset in Assault, whatever you have selected will take all the XP. So you can run Guard and level up Chappie. That is one thing to note. You'll get down into the tier 2 as well eventually. For me, I'm doing CQB right now. And I've already got down into Blackjack unlocked. I'm working on Centurion right now. And but I'm still playing tier 1 kits, and I'm still putting my XP towards the tier 2 kits. I don't know if that applies to tier 3. I just haven't made it there. So that's that. But what's important to note is you do have to it says rank game unavailable, 1 out of 5 presets unlocked. You have to unlock 5 presets within this next tier in order to move up to the next tier. This does take a while. There's been some complaints about it. It is what it is. The reason they're doing it this way is because now there's an update in the game that only one only one player can only play one kit. So if somebody selects a preset, it's like Overwatch now. If they select the character, you cannot play as that same character or that same preset. So if I pick Blackjack in a match, that is the only kit. That's the only Blackjack in the game. No one else can do it on my team, at least. The other team can have a Blackjack if they want. So because of that, that means that you need to at least have 5 available to pick from. I don't know if that's true. That's the reason they did it, is so you have 5 available. So if everybody picks CQB, you still have one to pick. But I mean, realistically, that would mean that you still have Assault and Scout and Marksman to pick from. So I don't think it needs to be 5. I think they should lower that. But as it stands now, it is 5. You've got to unlock 5 to get down to the next tier. It is what it is. But I can select any of these to work on. Again, I'm working on Centurion. But before I can even play Blackjack, I'm going to have to unlock Centurion, Ox, and I'm going to go for Bromine and Yasal. Then I'll have my 5, and I can go to the next tier. So that's the way the system works. I know some of you guys probably already know that, but I wanted to go over that first. Now let's talk about the nuances associated with all of these kits and what they've updated and what the differences are now, and even compared to last wipe. So here's the end all, overall, be all, whatever. What they've changed. They've nerfed a lot of kits. They've nerfed the ammos. The ammos last wipe were pretty incredible. If you go to the Scout over here on the left side, you will see like Grumpy, for example, has M995. And this was a very common bullet. They had SSAP. They had M995. They had M61. They had whatever is above that. I don't remember all the bullet names, to be honest with you. But they had bullets that were 50, 60, 70 pin all over the place, to be honest with you. That has since changed. At least within Scout, this is pretty much the highest pin available. So they've nerfed a lot of the bullets. Cobra was one of the meta kits before. We'll see how it does this wipe. This has been dropped down. It still has SP6, same bullet, but no longer are you getting the 30-round mags. You're getting 20s. You're getting 20s overall. And they took away, there was 2 20s of the ammo that's above SP6. Can't remember the name of it. You don't get those anymore either. Reaper is down to 30-round mags, and you get FMJ SX. You had AP, which is over 50 pin, so Reaper got hit hard with the nerf. Vampire had Comtac 4s. It was one of the 2 kits. Vampire and Overlord had Comtac 4s, the best headset in the game by far. No longer, you're rocking tac sports now. So there are some kits that really took some hits. Really took some nerfs. Another noteworthy one is the Butcher. Butcher got hit hard. Used to have M62 50 rounders and then an M61 30 rounder, I believe, 20 or 30 rounder, and no longer. It is down to BCP FMJ, and that's significant. So just to say that they've touched and they've nerfed a lot of kits. So what is the new lay of the land now? That's kind of the way it used to be. It used to be that Scout was your good bullet, headphone wearing, low armor glass cannons. Scout was your glass cannon with your good ammo in your ears. CQB was all the armor, but as you got down lower, it still had great ammo, to be honest with you. Some of those kits really, really did hit hard. And Assault was your balance, but it did have grenades. Assault no longer gets the grenades like that. A lot of these kits do not have the grenades, guys. They are gone. They are gone. Now, there's going to be some here and there that do. For example, Bark Eater does get a grenade, so keep that in mind. It is a tier 1 available right away, unlocked, but it is a paid kit. But a lot of these don't have grenades, so that's a big change too. And then Marksman was, as it says, it's Marksman, right? Nothing really surprising with that one. So now what they've done, Scout still gets headphones on most every kit, and it still does overall get good ammo and good weaponry and low armor. It's still the glass cannon, and CQB is still the armor, and Assault is still the balance. But the changes that they made is they put years on a lot of kits. Not early on in Assault, but as you start working through, you can see a lot of these kits start to get headphones, especially in Tier 3. In Tier 3, a lot of every single kit in Assault has headphones in Tier 3. Every single kit. CQB even. These guys didn't get any headphones in wipe number 1. Once you start getting down, there's a couple over here that do. Obviously not near as many in Tier 2, but Tier 3, You're talking about this line right here, headphones on all three of them. These did not get headphones before. This board did not get headphones. Ratatouille got armored up even more than before. Obviously, they put the new armor change into the game now too, so that's something to keep in mind. So that's a difference. No longer is Scout just the headphone class. Everybody, for the most part, if you want, has headphones. So that's one thing. Let me talk a little. That's just an overall thing. One last overall thing too. Before there was a lot of like assault kits that would get like a holographic, interchangeable scope, variable scope essentially, where you could have the holographic version, but it would give you a Valde or something like that on the side. Like Squall literally got a holographic and a Valde on the side, and you could throw the Valde on, and then bam, you've got a scope. No longer. None of these guys, Assault, CQB Scout that I'm aware of, get that scope any longer. It's all red dots, holographics, up close and personal sights. Marksman is the scopes of the game. They've really changed that to say, hey, if you want any range, you've got to go Marksman. We're not giving it to you. That's another change. So when it comes to Scout, again, it was like they had the left tree, they had the right tree. Both of those got really good ammos, and then you had your far right tree. Well, you had your left tree, you had your middle tree, and then you had your right tree. The left and the middle had good ammos. The far right was your like leg meta, like the vampire, basically. So, but they've changed it now. So now the left side is all the good ammos. And let me just say this, guys, right now, my prediction is that this left tree, unless they touch it, this left tree is probably one of the best in the game. So if you're not sure what to do, let me tell you right now, that left tree right here that's behind me, I'm sorry I'm blocking it a little bit. This tree right here, super solid because it is the highest penetration bullets in the game. You're talking about it here. You're talking about mid-20s pen here, which are actually tier 1 is actually surprisingly, that's a good penetration value. Then you're talking about getting into Sawbones, M856A1, 38 pen. That is actually good. They've nerfed the pen on a lot of these kits. So then you get down to Weaver and Grumpy. Those are the only two kits that I found with full auto guns, at least, that get over 50 pin. So if you want to be able to shoot through every piece of armor out there, you've got to go left Scout tree. Mid Scout tree is your higher fire rate. You have to start over here, actually, but then it branches off in tier 2. These are your high fire rate guns, your high fire rate SMGs. They're not going to get the same pin values. I mean, this is still decent, 30 pin. They're still solid pin. Don't get me wrong. But it's instead of having super high pin like the left side, you have solid pin but high fire rate. So you're kind of accounting for it, and that's what they're hoping will balance out. Over on the left is not super crazy high fire rate. The mid is high fire rate weapons. You're talking about your Val. You're talking about your MP7. You're talking about the SR2M. You're talking about the MP9. I mean, these are things with, what is the fire rate of the MP9? 900. You're talking super high fire rate weaponry. And then your far right is your leg meta. I am personally not a leg meta guy. I'll do it if I have to, of course. And right now I actually kind of do have to for certain kits. So I'll leave that to you guys. Just know that the right side is going to be your leg meta. So if you like that stuff, they do have the option for you. You can go fleshy. And I should say now with the new armor system, you can poke holes in people. It's not to say that you have to do leg meta anymore. You can hit neck. You can hit armpit. You can hit, just these different hitboxes that weren't available before groin, stuff like that. So you don't necessarily have to shoot for legs anymore. Just know that they're fleshy ones that are available too. But anyway, so that's what's going on with Scout. You still get headphones. That's kind of the lay of the land there. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily click on any more specific kits. I'll leave that to you guys to go check out. I will say the one thing I wish they would do is allow you to actually hover over armor and see. I don't know what. Do you see how it says 186 out of 191? That's not a full health plate carrier. I can't tell what plates are in it because now they've added the armor plates. And so I think I know what's in this. I think it's a class 4, but I don't know for sure. And I don't know exactly what armor areas it covers. So you're going to have to kind of eyeball it until you get the kit or until other people get the kits. We can't really be for certain what these are. You have to actually play with the kit, right click and click inspect, and then go look at your plates that are in it. That's the only way. So you have to like literally unlock the kit to know for sure, because there's class 5 armors that they could throw class 3 plates into if they want to. You know, you just can't know for sure until you go check it out. I don't think they would do that, but maybe they would. I don't know. So anyway, let's jump to CQB. This is one that I'm actually doing. Let me tell you the lay of the land here. So obviously CQB is going to be your good armor. A lot of these kits get flashbangs too, which is actually pretty interesting, especially now that Assault is not getting a lot of the grenades. They really don't have the grenades. You have to find the grenades mostly in the map now and just pick them up off the ground. So what's going on here, at least once you get down to the tier 3s, this tree is going to be your big boy armor tree, obviously. A lot of, you know, anytime you're talking about the Rice Tea or the Alton, or even with the chops and stuff like that on the, whatever this is called, the airframe. That's some great armor. And over here is your armored boys with headphones. So if you like the headphones, you need to keep that in mind. But overall, the main concept with CQB is armor and then huge mags. I mean, they've got, most all of these are 50, 60 rounders that you're talking about. I mean, they give you really thick mags compared to like Scout, where you're talking 20 to 30 rounders for the most part. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But overall, like, let's go look at Zenith. What ammo? 37 pin. That BT is actually pretty solid, I will say, honestly, on the pin. That's pretty interesting. Split, getting decent pin as well. So tier 3, actually kind of interesting on the pin. But otherwise, until you get there, the pin is like, it's a lot of these kind of kits right here. That this has 18 penetration. A lot of these kits have really low pin. And so it's a kind of damage by numbers. Like, I'm trying to lob 60 bullets at you with the giant mags to take you down, because I've been running it, guys. This is the tree I've been trying to run, and I've been working with these kits right here and trying to get for tier 2, and man, am I smacking people. Like the diesel kit that I've been using, some 11 penetration, you know, and I'm a person that likes penetration, so oh man, it is, I will smack the everling crap out of people and they just eat them. I mean, I'm talking 10, 15, 20 hits sometimes. I mean, it is crazy. So just know that you're not going to hit that hard until you get down here. The reason I'm going CQB myself, I'll see if I stick with it. I was actually loving Scout last wipe, and I think if I was a sane human being, I'd probably go down this tree, because I like being able to shoot through all armors, and I like being able to hear really well. So that just fits my play style. But I wanted to know what, I have some friends doing this tree, so I know I'll get to hear about it. And I kind of wanted to see what CQB was like, because I did CQB last wipe at the very beginning. And these tier 3 kits look super interesting to me, because you're armored up and you get the headphones now. And then we're talking some decent pen. I mean, 38 pen on, you know, in 60 rounders, that's pretty interesting to me, honestly. I mean, I'm super excited to kind of get down here and see how this is with the M62, 300 Blackout, 56A1, and then over here, I'm definitely pushing for these. I mean, I had Ratatouille was a meme kit last wipe, but I got there way before a lot of other people. You can go see my videos here on this channel. It's a really fun kit, but look at you get 100 rounders with 84 damage, 45 pen. That's going to do some work in here in Arena. And they gave it actually a solid helmet now, better armor. They actually made this kit better. They took away the green stem from it, but still, I mean, it is pretty intriguing. So that's why I went down here. I was like, screw it. Tier 3 looks really good. I'm going to have a lot of armor. I'm still going to be able to have ears if I want ears, because I love being able to hear. Why not? Let's try it. We'll see if I regret my choice or not. And then obviously there's just so many interesting kits here in tier 3. That's why I'm doing it right now. We'll go to Assault. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know, I haven't looked at it as closely, so I don't know like the breakdown of what exactly is going on here. But I've seen some buddies play with it so far. You're going to get your it's a good balance of armor and assault rifles. A lot of full auto assault rifles. It's going to be that middle ground between the Scout ammo and the CQB ammo. So you're probably talking a lot of 20, 30, up to 40 pin bullets. I mean, I think one of the highest pin bullets available in all of Assault is the PS12B now, which was 46 pin. This used to be kind of crappy last wipe. in my opinion, because it just didn't have the pen. I would plug people a lot with this and not get kills. But I think that's going to be a little different now. So something to keep an eye on. I know Mutant is another one that has some pretty high pin, 41. So there are some over 40 pin, ammos in here, and some pretty thick ARs. And then look, you're definitely more armored up with these kits than you would be in something like the Scout class. Here's another M80, 41 rounders, Hotel looking pretty good. I mean, that you get the Gen 4 and the airframe, and you get headphones. It's pretty interesting. I mean, all these kits get headphones, so that's definitely an upgrade than where they were at last wipe. Even though they got the grenades and they were amazing for that, they did not. A lot of them still didn't get ears. But you come over to the Scouts. There's a couple that do get some helmets, but overall, the armor is definitely better in assault, and your bullets are still going to hit harder than something like CQB. So that's really the difference there to look for. I'm not really sure. I played a lot of these kits last wipe. I haven't looked through them too closely so far. I think Billy is still like meta kit with the spear. Oh, well, no, 36 pin. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's more like the CQB side of the world. So that one could be interesting too. Up to you guys here. I think Assault could be awesome. Assault's just so balanced, so many options. I don't think you can go wrong here. There's definitely going to be some great kits out here. So keep an eye on it. And Marksman, let's go there. So these, again, this is your scopes. This is your scopes, y'all. Really what it is, left side semi-auto DMRs, right side bolties. I played with Gaze a lot at the end of the last wipe, and I was absolutely loving it. They did not change the ammo. They did not change the main gun. I think they changed this. Yes, they did actually give it a real scope, which is nice because I only had an ACOG last time. They took away the Vector, gave you a 5.7, but I absolutely loved this kit. It was so much fun. Sniping to me in Arena is more like being a support role, a support character. You're not necessarily going to always top frag. You definitely can, but you're able to make call outs. You're able to stay alive till the end of the round. You're able to do a lot of different things. You get a bunch of assists that really help your team. But man, this thing hits so hard. It's the op of Tarkov in some ways. At least the damage 115. Yeah, and 79 pin. You're going to get through everything. If you can get to the thorax, they're done for. Or the head, obviously. That's what made this one so much fun. So I'd love to push for that. I definitely will at some point. I know people love Lich. Oddly enough, Lich is on all the way down on the bolty side, but this is a semi-auto gun. So that is intriguing that they stuck that down there. But they took away the contact force from Overlord. It does have walkers now. It does get a slick, which is interesting, but it's not going to have near as much coverage with the new armor system. So if you guys want the scopes, if you want the range, this is your place to go. I think some of them actually do get grenades now. I'm not sure which ones, though. I haven't clicked through too closely. So that's what I was hearing they were going to do. Maybe they did not, though. Maybe they did not. I may be wrong about that one, guys. Okay, I'm not seeing many grenades in here, so maybe there's some. Nope, they didn't really give them to him. Okay. But yeah, I mean, these are gonna hit hard. The ammos of these are great. They're just not full auto, obviously. So if you don't want the full auto, you just want standard DMR rifles, come check these out. The bolties are obviously gonna hit really hard, and all the bolties, guys. Here's really the difference. The bolties all get a bolt action and then a decent secondary. This is a full auto pistol. Let's see, Ranger gets. I would say this is kind of a meh secondary in terms of this, but he does get a grenade. Look at that. This guy, what's he get? The sawed off. Okay, so tier 1 it's tier 1. It's tier 1. Let's go to tier 2. This is where we start getting some secondaries. You get the Clin with PBM in it. I think one of these gets an SR2M. Okay, USP 45 with a red dot. Glock 18C right there. Full auto Glock. SR2M should be right here. Yeah, here it is in tier 3. So you're talking a bolt action rifle that hits hard, as well as a full auto secondary with 30 rounders. Now the pen is a little bit low on that, but you really have two options and a grenade. So bolties are kind of, have your long range option, but you have another backup weapon. When it comes to the DMR side of the world, obviously you have semi-auto, which in my opinion is a little easier for sniping with. But you're going to have to use that in close quarters combat as well, when you need to, for the most part. But for a lot of people, they're fine with doing that. So, it's something I need to work on, but yeah, so that's kind of the lay of the land here, guys. It looks like they definitely gave way better scopes to Marksman. Hope this guy gives you guys an idea of what's up with the new preset system, how it works, kind of the lay of the land of all these different classes. Go do you. Don't let anybody influence what you want to do. Go play on whatever you enjoy. You know, try to find a good team comp. It is hard with like multiple snipers, for example. I've seen it work. I've played against a team of 5 snipers, and they found a way to make it work. So I know you can, but I will say having more than one sniper is a challenge. So keep team comp in mind, certainly in the map that you're on, but go have some fun. It is more balanced, obviously, with the tiers. I'm liking the new balance personally so far. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the wipe. I think there's some good changes. There's a lot left for them to do. We'll see what they bring to the table, but that's what's going on with it right now. Let me know your favorite kits in the comments. And other than that, guys, again, like, subscribe. Really appreciate you all, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.